Hello and welcome to Skill Venue. This is a small knowledge nugget video from Skill Venue on business analytics, where we will learn how you do business analytics and what do you actually do. So before we begin, let's define business analytics. Business analytics is the practice of iterative, methodical exploration of an organization's data with emphasis on statistical analysis. Business analytics is used by companies committed to data-driven decision making. Nowadays, there is a lot of stress on analytics. There are most of organizations which are running behind analytics. So why is analytics so important? Let's understand that. And we understand that by understanding the value proposition which analytics brings to the table. Analytics consistently delivers significant value, which is strategic to tactical, top line to bottom line, to the organizations and executives who use it. Organizations worldwide in business, military, healthcare, and the public sector are realizing powerful benefits from analytics, including big data. Big data refers to finding hidden clues to improve customer service and improve sales. Analytics also helps in getting business insights by providing quantitative and business insight into complex problems. Business performance. Improving business performance by embedding intelligence into an organization's information systems to improve decision making. Analytics also helps in cost reduction by finding new opportunities to decrease the cost or investment. It also helps in decision making by assessing the likely outcomes of decision alternatives and uncovering better alternatives. Analytics also helps in forecasting by providing a better basis for more accurate forecasting and planning. Do some airlines do a better job of handling baggages? We will compare the baggage complaints for 3 airlines: Indiafly Airlines, Go India Airlines, and IndiaJet Airlines, and try and find out which airline has the best record and which airline has the worst record. Are complaints getting better or worse over a period of time? Are there other factors such as destinations, seasonal effects, or the volume of travelers that affect the baggage performance? So in this particular task, we have taken 3 different airlines: the Indiafly Airlines, Go India Airlines, and IndiaJet Airlines. Now let's look at the data set for this example. I have an Excel file here which has the data in the form of rows and columns. Now if you look at the first column, that's the name of the airline, which is either Indiafly or IndiaJet or Go India Airways. The next field is the date field, which refers to the month and the year. And then we have the month count. The next field is the year. Now, the next field is that of baggage complaints. Baggage refers to the total number of passenger complaints for theft of baggage contents or for lost, damaged, or misrouted luggage for the airline that month. The next field is the scheduled field, which refers to the total number of flights scheduled by that airline that month. Cancelled is the next field that we have. It refers to the total number of flights cancelled by that airline that month. The next field is unplanned, which refers to the total number of passengers who boarded a plane with the airline that month. I also have a field called baggage percentage. We'll come to that in a while. Now, if you look at this data set in the beginning, this is all just numbers in front of you. But can you extract some critical piece of information from these numbers to make sense of the data? Let's do that. So we begin by selecting the entire data set. You go to Insert, Pivot Table, and click OK. Your data is presented in a new sheet. Select the airline field and drop it in the rows, and the baggage complaints in the values. Right click in the pivot table and select Value Field Settings and select Sum as the option. Click OK. Remove the blanks. Now you have the numbers of all the baggage complaints for all the 3 airlines. Let's look at this information in a different way. I would like to see the values as a percentage of the grand total. Now, looking at these numbers, you will notice that Go India Airlines handles the least amount of baggage complaints. India Fly has about 38.63%, which is second in terms of baggage complaints, and India Jet Airlines has the highest number of baggage complaints. You could also look at this piece of information in the form of a chart. So you select the data and go to Insert, Recommended Charts, and select Bar. Click OK. Now, initially when we started, we just had numbers in front of us, but we've been able to, extract some information out of those numbers, and now you know that which airline does a good job and which airline does a bad job. But this is not enough. Moving forward, let's explore the baggage complaints for all these three airlines over a period of time. So I go back to my data set, Insert, Pivot Table, click OK. Select the year and drop it in the rows, the airline in the columns, and the baggage complaints in the values field. Remove the blanks. Right click in the pivot table and select Value Field Settings and select Sum as the option. Now I have the number of all the complaints received for all these three airlines over a period of time from 2004 to 2010. Let's plot this in a graph and see how it looks like. Is there a trend that we can capture? So I go to Insert, Recommended Charts, and I do a line chart with the values in it. Let's expand the chart to understand if we've got some important information. If you look at this chart, you will notice that the blue line refers to that of Go India Airlines, the maroon line is for India Fly Airlines, and the green line is for India Jet Airlines. If you look at the blue line, you will notice that this is more or less constant throughout the period from 2004 to 2010, which means that they've been receiving more or less same number of complaints throughout the year, and that's fairly low with respect to other airlines. If you look at the maroon line, which is that of India Fly Airlines, you will notice that the complaints increased in the year 2005, they went on to increase again in 2006, and then started coming down. India Jet has the highest number of complaints. In the year 2004 and 5, they had almost same number of complaints, but increased in 2006 and remained constant again in 2007 and started dropping. Now, what does this mean? India Jet is much bigger airline as evidenced by the chart, which shows that the average number of scheduled flights and in-plane passengers by the airline. It also handles more than 3 times the number of passengers than Go India or India Fly. So, can we draw some conclusions here? India Jet has more opportunities to mishandle luggage because it handles more number of people and more number of passengers. It's simply a much bigger airline. Now this is the second piece of critical information which we call the business insight that we have received from our data. Can we dig further deep to find out if this claim is really true that India Jet has the highest number of complaints? Let's do that. So far we have clearly established that India Jet is a bigger airline. It handles highest number of complaints. But can we take an average of complaints against the people who boarded these airlines? We might be able to find something new. So let's go back to the data set. I have introduced a new field called baggage percentage, which is nothing but an average of complaints against the people who boarded these airlines. It's 100 multiplied by scheduled divided by number of people who boarded the flights, which is the in-plane field. And I drag this down to get the entire formula set. Let me do this for you quickly so you can get it right. Now I can plot this data to find out if there's something new information which I can use. So I select the airline, drop it in the columns, select the year, drop it in the rows, and baggage in the values. Right click, value field settings, and I take an average of the baggage percentage. Select the data, go to insert, and do a line chart, click OK. Now here is the third critical piece of information that we have just received. Before we do that, let me remove the blanks for your convenience. Go to Insert and click OK. Like I said, this is the third critical piece of information that we have received. Now if you notice, India Fly represents the maroon line and the green line refers to the India Jet Airlines. Now initially we found that India Jet has highest number of baggage complaints, but if you take the average of people who boarded the planes versus the people who had complaints with their baggage, it's the India Fly Airlines which has the highest number of complaints. So this is a critical piece of analytical insight that we have just received by using our statistical analysis, and this is how analytics can help you. So what's the summary? What is the statistical insights that we received from this exercise? It is important to ask a lot of pointed questions about the purpose and scope of a project before you jump into any data analysis. How will the results be used? And is the information available to answer the questions being asked? The dataset provided to us did not have any information on the flight destinations, so we are not able to investigate whether destination is actually related to the baggage issues. To provide a fair comparison of performance across airlines, it's best to standardize for differences in volume. It is also important to pay close attention to units of measurement, as we have seen in this exercise. When asking a data analyst to conduct a study, ensure that the purpose is clear. What specifically do you want to know? And how will the information provided by the analyst be used to guide the decision-making process? What did we learn from this analysis? Managers at India Fly Airlines should note the relatively high rate of baggage complaints and consider costs and benefits of improvements. With that, we have come to the end of this video. Thank you for watching the video patiently. You can visit our website www.skillvenue.com for more information on our business analytics course. Thank you.